Dr. Doom, the man who wanted to become a god. Imagine a man with no super soldier serum, no infinity stone, and no alien powers, yet he can stand against some of the most powerful heroes in the Marvel universe. Thor's hammer, he can face it. The Avengers, he can challenge them. And the most terrifying part? Dr. Doom's greatest weapon isn't his armor, it's his mind and his ego. With Avengers Doomsday, putting Doom in the spotlight, one question is on everyone's mind. Who is Victor Von Doom, and how did he become one of Marvel's most dangerous villains? Let's go back to the beginning. Victor Von Doom. Victor Von Doom was born in Latveria, a fictional country in Eastern Europe. His mother, Cynthia Von Doom, was a powerful sorceress. His father, Werner, was a healer. Victor's childhood was far from normal. He grew up under a brutal ruler who controlled Latveria and oppressed its people. Even as a child, Victor was different. While other kids were playing, Victor was studying. He became obsessed with science, technology, and eventually magic. But his mother's influence gave him something even more dangerous: the belief that science and magic could both conquer death itself. Then tragedy struck. Victor's mother died after using dark magic in an attempt to protect her people. And from that moment, one question consumed Victor. Can I bring my mother back? That question would eventually shape his entire life. The loss of his father. Victor's father also became a victim of Latveria's cruel leadership. Victor lost both of his parents. For a child, it was devastating. But instead of accepting his pain, Victor turned it into ambition. He came to believe that the world was ruled by one simple law: the weak lose, the powerful survive. Victor promised himself that he would never be powerless again. He would master science, he would master magic, and one day, nothing would ever be taken from him again. Victor meets Reed Richards. Victor's incredible intelligence eventually took him to America, and there he met another genius who would become his greatest rival, Reed Richards. The two were brilliant, but they were completely different. Reed wanted to understand the universe. Victor wanted to control it. Victor also wanted to prove that he was the smartest person alive, and Reed stood in his way. Then Victor began working on a machine designed to reach another dimension and communicate with his mother's soul. Reed studied Victor's calculations and warned him. The experiment was dangerous, but Victor refused to listen. Why? Because his ego was bigger than his fear. He had to prove Reed wrong, and that decision changed everything. The experiment that created Doom. Victor activated the machine. For a brief moment, his consciousness crossed into another dimension. And there she was, his mother, but she wasn't free. Her soul was trapped in a terrifying realm controlled by the demon Mephisto. Victor tried to reach her, but the experiment went horribly wrong. The machine malfunctioned. An explosion destroyed the laboratory. Victor survived, but his face was severely injured. His body was damaged. His pride was shattered, and Victor couldn't accept defeat. So he disappeared. He left America behind and traveled across the world searching for knowledge. He studied ancient magic. He studied advanced technology. And eventually, he combined the two. That combination would make him unlike almost any other Marvel villain. The birth of Dr. Doom. Victor didn't just create armor. He created a symbol. His armor combined advanced technology with mystical protection. It could withstand incredible attacks. It contained powerful weapons, and it became the physical representation of Victor's new identity. Then came the mask, a metal mask that would hide his damaged face from the world. Victor was no longer interested in being seen as the injured genius who had failed. He wanted the world to see something else. Power, fear, authority. Victor Von Doom was gone, and in his place, Dr. Doom was born, the king of Latveria. Doom returned to Latveria, the same country that had once taken everything from him. But this time, Victor wasn't a helpless child. He had technology, he had magic, he had armies, and he had an army of robotic soldiers known as Doombots. Doom overthrew the existing regime and took control of Latveria. He became its ruler, a dictator, but a complicated one. Under Doom, Latveria became technologically advanced. Crime was heavily controlled, resources were organized, and many citizens actually respected him, because Doom genuinely believed he was making Latveria stronger. This is what makes Dr. Doom so interesting. He doesn't see himself as the villain. He believes he is the only person capable of saving the world. And that's what makes him terrifying. Doom versus Mephisto, but ruling a country wasn't enough. Victor still had one unfinished mission: free his mother's soul. His mother was still trapped by Mephisto, so Doom made a deal. He would face Mephisto in battle. If Doom won, his mother's soul would be closer to freedom. If he failed, he would lose once again. And Doom hates losing, because every battle isn't just about power. It's personal, He is fighting for his mother. He's fighting for Latveria. He's fighting against everyone who ever made him feel powerless. But most importantly, he is fighting to prove that he is right. Dr. Doom and Reed Richards. And that's why Reed Richards is so important to Doom. Reed isn't simply another superhero. He's Doom's greatest intellectual rival. Doom knows that Reed can challenge him intellectually, and Doom cannot accept that. That's why their rivalry is so powerful. It's not simply hero versus villain. It's two geniuses with completely different philosophies. Reed believes knowledge should help humanity. Doom believes knowledge gives him the right to rule humanity. One wants to understand the world. The other wants to control it. Avengers Doomsday. And now we come to the biggest question. What happens when Dr. Doom enters the MCU on a massive scale? If Doom becomes the central threat of Avengers Doomsday, the real question won't simply be, can the Avengers defeat him? The bigger question will be, why does Doom believe he has to fight them? Does he want to control the multiverse? Does he want to save reality? Does he want to create a perfect world under his rule? Or does he believe that the Avengers themselves are part of the problem? That's what makes Doom different from villains like Thanos or Ultron. Thanos wanted to reshape existence through destruction. Ultron wanted to replace humanity. But Doom wants to control the world and convince everyone that he's saving it. And if he truly believes that he's the only person capable of saving reality, then even the Avengers become obstacles standing in his way. The real tragedy of Dr. Doom. That's the tragedy of Victor Von Doom. He was once a child who lost his family. He became a genius who couldn't accept failure. He became a ruler who believed only he could protect his people. And eventually, he stopped seeing himself as an ordinary human being. Victor Von Doom didn't simply become a villain. He created an identity powerful enough to hide all of his pain. Dr. Doom, a man who doesn't want to destroy the world. A man who wants the world to admit that he was right all along. And that may be the most dangerous thing about him. Because Dr. Doom doesn't want to be the villain. He wants to be the hero of his own story. If you liked this video, please subscribe, share, and comment. And tell me, which Marvel hero do you like the most? Let me know in the comments.